Hey guys, good morning. It's Saturday. I am working on some pumpkins for fall. All of our local vendors are setting up for their fall decor, and one of our gals said that she sold out of these beam pumpkins right away, so she wanted some more. So I'm going to bring those up there to her today, but I'm just finishing up and I wanted to show you guys kind of how I paint this distressed. So all of these were just an old beam out of a vet clinic from a place close by here, and so we just cut them down to size, and then we drilled holes in the top of them and cut sticks, some dried sticks out of our pine trees, so they were dry, so I didn't get green sticks, because if you glue green sticks in, they're going to shrink a little bit and possibly come unglued later. So you can see on some of them they were a little bit small, so I just used this jute and went kind of around the stick right in the base of it and added the glue to that. So I just used basic wood glue. We have some Gorilla Glue, that's kind of my indoor glue, but the wood glue that we always get from Menards works too. So we drill the hole, glue the sticks in, and then I always sand it. I take my orbital sander and just go around all the edges and smooth those out, so you can see instead of having a rough, sharp edge, I kind of take all the edges off and soften those a little bit. It also distresses the paint kind of all the way around, which I really like the look of. And then I take just my regular craft paint, get some white and my paintbrush, and this is the part that I really wanted to show you guys, because there's really a big difference between here it is with no paint added to it and just the piece of wood, the beam by itself, but the top, it doesn't really have any white paint on it at all. So I like to add the white paint and give it just a little bit more of a distressed look all over. So I'm just going to kind of show you how to do that. And I start at the top of the pumpkin, and you take with your paint, you just want to make sure that you wipe your brush, dip it in the paint, but then wipe it off pretty good so there's not too much paint on your brush when you're going to do it. And then just kind of have at it. So I lightly put it on, because you don't really want any place where you have a big line. If you press too hard in one spot, you'll get a big line across it, and you don't really want that. So you just kind of softly brush it all over, and a couple little lines doesn't really matter too much, because really it's a distressed pumpkin. So see there, I just got a big glob, but I kind of just blend it and go around the edges a little bit. And you don't have to worry too much about what I get on the stem, because we're going to add some bows to it in just a minute too. So I kind of try to hit the top and the bottom for sure, and then around the edges. And then I just go over that white just to kind of lighten it up and blend it a little bit. Otherwise the old paint doesn't quite match the brand new white paint, so if you blend it a little, it helps. And then as I bring it over the top, I just kind of blend in that too, so it doesn't look like you've just run a paintbrush over it. You can make these out of any kind of wood, and you can take any pieces of wood that you had. We had some small pieces last time that I did it with. I don't have any to show you. I didn't cut any this time, but you can take really any piece of wood you've got laying around and cut it to the shape of a pumpkin and drill a hole in the top, add a stick, and you're good to go. A lot of it don't even need paint. These do, because like you can see on the back of this one, there's a lot of wood exposed and there's not really much of that chippy paint left on it, so I don't really want that green to be exposed like that. And see, like on that one, I got really kind of too heavy up there, but just add a little more, blend it in. Down here too, I don't really want that line right there where I've hit with my paintbrush, so just blend it, add a little bit more, and kind of blend it in. Just in case, if you're doing this and you feel like you want to have a backup plan, or you're really afraid that it's not going to go well, You can always take just a wet paper towel and keep that kind of nearby, and then if you get a spot that you really don't like, just wash it off quick. Before the paint dries, you can get it washed off pretty easily. There we have it. There is a little bit more white paint just to kind of blend it a little bit better, so you don't go from that white to dark wood. And then we are going to add a bow. So I just take, what I have right now on hand is just this larger burlap ribbon stuff. So I wanted to cut it down and make smaller bows. So I just cut that ribbon in half and frayed the edges a little bit. And then I cut another piece to give it some more dimension. To get these edges like this also, you can just take your regular ribbon and cut a piece to length like this, just straight up. And then if you fold that ribbon in half and then fold it in half again, you can do that quick, easy cut to get that nice edge. So I just cut that off there, and that's how it gets you that look on the end of your ribbon. So I'm gonna take some jute, a little bit of twine, bring our pumpkin back into the picture, and then I take the ribbon and tie the jute right around the center. I have a lot of extra because we're going to be going around the top of that pumpkin. That's why when we glue our stems in, it doesn't matter too much what it looks like, because this goes over it and kind of hides all that. So if you can see, I just took those two pieces and tied them together in the middle, went back around, and I am going to tie them in a knot. Because I'm selling these, I try to make them a little bit more solid everywhere so they don't come apart. You wouldn't have to do that. You could actually just hot glue it if you wanted to. Then you just add your bow to the top of the pumpkin and take your jute and come around the back side of the stem. And then I go around a couple times. If you just go underneath the ribbon like this, you won't see that when you're done, and it'll also hide the bottom of that other stuff. So just go around it a few times and come back over and tie it in a knot in the front again. Cut that off. I like to fray the ends just a little bit, just to give it a little something in the middle. And then fix your bow. About like that. And there you go. From an old piece of wood with a stick and a little bit of ribbon, you've got yourself a fall pumpkin. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed. Have a great Saturday. Bye-bye.